Hey, good evening. It's Pam from Coach Pam Fitness. Today I want to talk to you about mindful eating. It's something I have just started doing. Part of my studying to get my nutrition certificate last year. I didn't practice it. I kept thinking about it and starting it and failing at it. But we learn about the concept of teaching you how to mindfully eat, and also they call it habit-based eating. I like to call it mindful eating because it's a little easier to explain. But mindful eating is a huge part of being successful on a health and fitness journey. And it's really something that I struggle with because it's a habit. You have to keep practicing it. And we lead such busy lives that we're constantly running out to pick up kids from swim team practice and soccer and taking my oldest to his job. And we're always running. We're always on the go. We are a nation on the go. And that's leading to obesity, the obesity rise, along with other factors. But it's something that I need to consciously work on each and every day to be mindful of what I'm eating. And what do I mean by being a mindful eater? It's paying attention to what you're eating, putting food in your mouth, because we're constantly shoveling food in our mouth, eating super fast. Even when my husband and I go on a date, 20 minutes later after we get our food, we're like, oh man, we should have really savored it. We're on a date. We don't have to rush around. So we don't really taste the food. We don't really enjoy it. We're just shoveling it in our mouths. So we need to learn how to pay attention to our food. So how I approach mindful eating is I really, the last few days, have really tried to savor the food, pay attention to how I'm feeling when I'm eating, because sometimes we are clock-based. Oh my gosh, it's noon, we have to eat lunch. Oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock, we have to eat dinner. Instead of focusing on how our body feels. So we need to focus on how the food tastes, how the food explodes in your mouth, and how it makes us feel. And what does it feel like? Like I was eating some pineapple and raspberries as my dessert after dinner, and I was floored because I was paying attention. I was floored about how sweet and juicy and succulent the pineapple tasted, whereas before I would just be shoveling it in my mouth and not really noticing how it tasted. And it really, normally I shovel food in my mouth and then I want it seconds because I'm not satisfied. I didn't notice the taste, I didn't notice the texture, I'm still hungry, I didn't know what I was feeling, but the past several days being mindful of what I'm eating I had one helping of dinner, I'm full. I've had one helping of fruit, I'm full. So what you need to learn to pay attention to is, why are you eating? Is it just because it's dinner time or lunchtime or breakfast? Are you hungry? Are you eating because you had an emotional day? Is what you're eating triggering an emotional response, or is it triggering a happy thought, a sad thought? Is what you're eating healthy? How does it look? What does it taste like? What does it feel in your mouth? All of these things we need to start focusing on so that we can thoroughly enjoy the food we eat, and at the same time, we're eating slower, so it triggers our brain to tell our tummy that we're full and we don't need any more food. So when you focus on mindful eating, it's sort of like meditating a little bit. And it's a skill that you need to practice every day. And each meal, every time you put something in your mouth, you need to consciously think to yourself, how does this taste? How does it feel? What is it doing for me? Why am I eating it? Am I eating it because I'm sad? Am I eating it because I'm hungry? And with practice, you're going to have big benefits. You're going to be full faster, so you're going to lose some weight. You're going to learn what fresh food tastes like and what food is supposed to taste like. And you're going to enjoy fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, home-cooked food so much better. And you're also going to think, maybe that Twinkie doesn't really taste quite as good as I remember it, and I'm only eating it because it brings back memories of my childhood, but it's really not that great. It takes practice and it takes longer, but it's such an important skill to learn. You're going to learn not to just shovel food in your mouth when you're at a party because everyone else is eating. Who does? I mean, I see food, I want to eat it. It's not because I'm hungry, but being mindful of what you put in your mouth each and every step of the way is going to teach you how food should taste like, what it should feel like, why you're actually eating it. It's going to give you a better relationship with food. It's going to give you a better relationship with yourself because you're going to understand yourself more, and it's going to calm you down a lot too because you are taking the time to eat, to savor your food, and to learn what is actually fueling your body. The best you're going to learn through this mindfulness how food actually makes you feel. Because if you're shoveling something in your mouth that's not healthy and you're practicing mindful eating, you're going to start understanding that after a half hour or so, that food that you ate did not really make you feel that good. And you're going to start understanding that food is fuel. It's to fuel your body. It's not to satisfy an emotional need. Does that make sense? So there are a lot of benefits to practicing mindful eating. I'm going to write them all down in a blog for you so you have it in writing because there's a lot to it and it takes practice. And if you see it every day, maybe you can print it off, and if you see it every day, you will start practicing it and have a better relationship with food because we all need a better relationship with food. No matter who you are, you need to really learn how food should feel for your body and how processed food makes you feel yucky. So those were my thoughts. I normally don't go live this time of day, but I was just sitting here eating this delicious pineapple and I was thinking to myself, I need to talk about this because it's an important topic. So again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you, and look out for my blog that's going to accompany this video. Have a fantastic evening. Practice mindful eating. If you've already had dinner, then maybe you can practice it in the morning for breakfast or lunch. I hope you have a fantastic night, and we'll see you soon.